Hello, everyone. This is Kevin, here with a quick notice about this month's episode. Due to a technical error, my audio was recorded on the incorrect mic and the audio quality suffered. However, because of schedules, we didn't have time to re record the episode, so we are still using our original recording. While the audio quality is not perfect, we are still proud of the content of the episode and wanted to get it out to you. We hope you can still enjoy it. So, with that said, let's get into the episode. I'm just like you, you're just like me. We can't stop watching these movies. Is it a curse? No, it's a dream come true. Yes, I'm a Barbie girl like you.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for another meeting of the Barbie Council. I'm Brianna,
And I'm Kevin.
and every month we're diving into a new movie from the ever expanding Barbie cinematic universe. While our meetings are available to the general public, the content is not suitable for children. Today we're covering Barbie Mermadia, or is it?
Barbie Fairytopia Mermadia? It's all on the box. But this is
It's
a
so
direct
wordy,
sequel to Fairytopia.
Yes.
So much of a direct sequel that we get a recap of the first movie by Azura, and then she just doesn't show up for the rest of the movie really until
She's back at the end.
she is for 2 seconds. She narrates at the beginning
For-
and then is just completely written off.
And when she comes back at the end, I'm like, why is she there? There's
Yeah,
no
because she
reason.
pieces out immediately.
Yeah.
Again.
She's like, hey, Lena, actually, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go
why-
hang out with the friends that I haven't made yet or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and have tea and snacks by myself and just sit at this huge table.
Maybe she needs her alone time. I get it.
A lot of alone time. It's the whole runtime of this movie, basically.
Yeah, what was she up to the whole time?
She was just resting after narrating the
know.
recap, I guess.
Takes a lot out of you.
But in case you forgot what happened in the first movie, Alina didn't have wings, and then she got wings by the queen just deciding that
Yeah.
she can have the wings now.
As a treat.
Yeah, by proving herself worthy or something. But now we've got a new threat. Nalu has been kidnapped by the fungus, and now is finally the introduction of the character I thought was in the first movie, Fungus Maximus, who is slightly different than the other fungus because he has this nasty tuft of hair on his head, and he's also got
Oh, is
clothes.
that it? Okay.
Besides
I
the
was trying to
clothes,
figure out what was
in
different.
terms of his actual body, I think it's this one tuft of hair on the top of his head that differentiates him from the rest of the fungus.
So that makes you a leader if you have hair.
Yeah, that he has the tuft of hair. It might be. It's either that or to be the leader, you have to be the mega simp for Laverna.
Because he definitely is. He is so horny for her.
Yeah, so Laverna is banished to the bogs, the
hinterlands,
the hinterlands, basically just mushroom land. She's
Yeah.
just hanging out on some mushrooms. But yeah, she didn't die in the first movie, even though it kind of looked like she died. But she just got sent off to this area. Now she's trying to find this berry that makes you impervious to magic, just a cheat code in this world.
Yeah.
Why didn't she go after that?
Future.
Why didn't she go after that in the first movie? You
know.
didn't have to do anything. You just get this berry, eat this berry, and then you're unstoppable, basically.
Yeah. It's very overpowered.
I guess it's hard to find because they have to get Nalu to try and tell them where this berry is. But
yeah, it's a whole thing.
It does kind of put into context the first movie and why was any of and her motives even then didn't really make any sense because it was just making them not fly, but then giving them the antidote. It was already weird.
So confusing.
But then if she really wanted to rule this place, just use the berry?
Maybe she didn't know about it at that point. Maybe it was some secret hidden knowledge.
Yeah, she has to go to the hinterlands or whatever to get this knowledge.
Who knows? But we find out what happened to Nalu from this weird little she's a sea butterfly.
Yeah.
And this character design is wild. Like this fairy just has a giant like bobblehead, tiny body, huge eyes, no eyebrows. I don't know.
It has like
Yeah,
big cheeks
no
too. Like kind of
big
like
like
crushing her like eyes almost. Like
yeah, and very heavy blush.
yeah.
And then she has these pink pigtails that look like curly fries. Um I
As
think when
all
oh
the
yeah,
sea butterflies do.
yeah. When Bibble sees her, he starts screaming, and I'm like, yeah, I would too.
But
She's a
then
little
she starts
terrifying.
screaming at Bibble. When she sees Bibble, I'm also like, me too.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that also checks out. Oh, and
you're
she goes
both
at one
demon
point, she's like,
spawns.
yeah, she's like, Bibble, what's a Bibble? I'm like, girl, you tell me. I don't.
I don't know what this is. And then it's like, oh, it's a
Take my notes.
puffball. Oh, now I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen these creatures before. Yeah, but she just got a motor mouth. She's just sitting there talking about all this stuff. But she didn't, it was that she didn't want to info dump, but then info dumped anyways.
Yeah, she couldn't stop herself.
And then you have Alina thinking about, oh, I should, ask other people for help to help save Nalu. She's just like, no, there's no time. You cannot get any support. You got to go right now. No other options.
Well,
Let's
and then
go.
Dandelion, her friend, wanted to come, and Alina was like, "Oh no, it's dangerous. You can't come, and I don't want you to get in trouble with your mom."
Again, with like the parents' name drop there. Does she just not have a family? I guess.
Yeah, or Dandelion's mom is just super overprotective.
Maybe that.
But like, poor Dandelion keeps missing out on these adventures.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh, if I don't come back, go and hit up, Azura. Like, just hit her up.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, I've got such an important job.
Yeah, go crash her tea party.
Yeah. But because she has no options, because this sea butterfly is just like, you have to go right now. There's no other options. She goes, leaves Dandelion, who is gone for the rest of the movie, basically. And then we see Nalu, who's kidnapped by the fungus. And they have this crazy powerful goo potion that just
Like
turns the water into like swamp gunk.
Some like bioterrorism.
And it is one drop, and it spreads. Like, they have this vial. The vial is unnecessary. You need one drop, it goes in the water, and it spreads. The only reason why it didn't spread all the way out was because they put one little rock to like stop it from going out from this like little cove into the rest of the ocean. But if it went out, everyone's dead.
Oh yeah.
Everyone dies. Like immediately.
Death. It just turns the water into like Nickelodeon slime.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Grody.
So OP.
I know these like the immunity berry, the slime, they're just they're both super OP.
Yeah, she could just kill every single thing in the ocean if she wanted to. Don't know where they got it from, but
yeah, good question. Maybe I was like, did the fungus get it from somewhere?
Yeah, because they're also separated. Because Laverna is off; she's basically been banished, and Fungus Maximus is contacting her through this little phone thing.
Yeah, she keeps like zooming in.
Yeah, but yeah, I maybe they found it first. Maybe that was like the original thing. Because now she's sending them off to find the berry. Maybe they were sent off to find this goo first. I don't know, but you'd think for the mermaids that they would want to get rid of this if they knew of its existence. Like, it could just kill them immediately. Like, is this is this just out there that people can get? I don't know.
Yeah, if you put that shit in the ocean, like they're done for.
Luckily, that one rock was there to
thank God
to stop the goo from getting into the ocean.
Yeah.
I've also got another question. They talk about it multiple times in the movie of how mermaids can't really last above water. And it's like, okay,
Mhm.
that makes sense. But there are multiple times throughout the movie where they're like above water for a non-insignificant amount of time. Like
Yeah, like
at this point,
Nalu at one
Nalu is
point.
kidnapped and they have him above water, like just sitting there. And like, okay, if they can last a little while above water, that's fine. But he doesn't seem affected by it whatsoever. He is acting completely normally. But then they're
Yeah,
talking
they
later in the movie about how they needed to go and talk to I think it's one of the sea butterflies, to get information. And the reason why one of the characters couldn't go up and do it was because it was like above water. And it's like,
well, maybe that's because, like, she would need wings to fly up there?
true.
Maybe? But yeah, that is weird. Is there, like, a certain time where like, a time limit for the mermaids when they're above water?
Like, are they fine and then they just die? Like after like 20 minutes or something, they're just dead? Because it felt
Yeah?
like Nalu was up there for a decent amount of time.
Is there, like, yeah, a third of the movie?
Yeah, I had questions and it was not answered, but
Yeah, well, and it was even more complicated because at one point they go to where Nalu is, and Nori, the other mermaid, was talking about how he doesn't look dried out because it's underwater, but it wasn't underwater. I was so confused about this part.
yeah. Like, is there two levels of water? Is there
Is it
water
like
and then there's water? Is it like SpongeBob where they have like the
it like Goo
goo and
Lagoon? Yeah.
then water above the goo? I don't know.
Or is it like a pocket of air
But then
inside
if
the
you're talking about it like that, then why is everybody else fine? Like that would make sense for the mermaids, but then can like the fungus or butterflies, they're fine? Like fairies and stuff? They're fine within this like top layer of water, but then the goo bottom layer, they need to eat the kelp? Because when they were up, when Nalu was in the area where Nalu was kidnapped, she's fine. But then when they go into the water there, Alina has to eat the kelp so that she can breathe
Right.
underwater.
Mhm.
But the other areas, she's fine. And
So
she's
it is a
fine,
pocket
and
of
the other
air.
mermaids are fine.
Hmm.
Unknown.
I have
Yeah, that
questions.
other line was like, oh, yeah, it was something about the lighting, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's underwater.
And he's like, but he's not. And he's like, but he
But
is,
he's
though. But he's not?
what is it?
I
Is
don't
it
know
a
how this
mixture of
world
air and water?
functions.
I'm so confused. If anybody has answers, please tell us.
How does the water work in the Fairytopia universe? What levels of water are there?
I've seen this movie probably over 100 times and I still don't get it.
just gotta ignore it, I think.
Yeah, just move
Just gotta
on.
move on. Yeah, in this scene, Fungus Maximus has a great line towards Laverna where he goes, "You look absolutely fetching this morning. Few would thrive in dank, boggy air, but you."
Wow.
He is
Real charmer.
so horny for Laverna. It's ridiculous.
It's uncomfortable.
Every time they interact, he starts off with some sort of pickup line, and
Yeah, and she is not about it.
he does not get that whatsoever.
No, he's not taking the hint.
He gets played so easily.
Yeah.
But I guess he is a fungus, and the other fungus are also incredibly stupid. So,
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
After they go to where Nalu was kidnapped, they had already left to go look for the berry, and we get introduced to another demon spawn, that being this pink turtle with this massive head, and of course the huge eyes and the mascara and makeup and all of that stuff. And I hate seeing both that and Bibble at the same time. It's awful.
Yeah. It's got this like slits for a nose.
It looks like
too.
Voldemort. Is what I was gonna say with like the two
like
holes for like the nose. Like, is that what
Yeah,
turtles
it's real creepy, and it's got this like pearl necklace on. It kind of gives like cursed grandma vibes.
are? Yeah. It's very stereotypical necklace of just like the circular like silver beads or whatever.
Yeah, but then we meet a dolphin later on who has the same kind of necklace on. So I'm like,
They
oh,
both have
do they
are
know
the
each
same
other?
color. They're both pink. So
Yeah,
I don't know if they're related.
where they're besties. Got matching like necklaces.
Awful though. We also get introduced to, I would say, a better villain than Laverna, at least for the first part of the movie, that being Nori.
I love Nori. She's
Nori is
incredible.
she's such a
She's such
bitch
a
at the
mean girl.
start.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. She just keeps roasting Alina. And Alina's kind of oblivious too.
Yeah, she's either oblivious or doesn't care.
Yeah. Could be either one. But yeah, at one point Nori goes, "You're beautiful and all, but you're not that beautiful."
Damn.
Ouch.
Damn.
But Alina just sounds kind of like perplexed. She's like, "What?" Hmm?
I'm
It's
beautiful.
like
What?
the insult didn't land.
No. Uh because Nori sees Alina as competition for Nalu, and Alina doesn't feel that whatsoever.
No. No. My theory is that Elena is asexual because she just doesn't seem to have any interest in anybody. Maybe asexual and aromantic. Because she just wants to be friends with everybody. I
Yeah,
love
that
that.
does seem to be the case. And then other
Yeah.
people are romantically linked, so
Yeah.
could be.
I think she's good arrow ace representation.
Yeah. She out there. But Nori's not having that. She ain't
No,
believing
Nori
that.
doesn't get it. She's
And
just like,
so, Alina's over here trying to save Nalu and just try and get help from Nori. And Nori's just like, fuck you. I'm going off on my own. See you later.
yeah,
Like,
bye,
okay,
bitch.
cool. But then they got the kelp. So even though she was trying to like lose them, it's like, oh yeah, you can't go underwater. It's like, oh, but I have this kelp. It's like, what?
Yeah,
Nalu
get
taught
wrecked.
you that? You guys are basically
Yeah, so now
dating
she.
now.
That's what that means. If
Yeah.
somebody gives you kelp,
Yeah.
you know.
I wish Bibble didn't eat the kelp. He was very he did not want to eat the kelp, and I wish they just left him there.
I know.
But
Yeah, he
unfortunately,
didn't
he
want to
ingested some of
go.
that. Yeah, just leave him. We don't need him.
No, he just makes things more difficult.
But alas, they eat the kelp, and they go down into the water, and it looks a lot more like dead when they get to like the main area of Mermadia. I thought there was going to be like more people and more like buildings and things. Maybe that's in later movies, but there's like one little tower where seemingly everybody lives.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on. But it's very relaxing when they're swimming through the Mermadia. The kind of music that's playing, it's just kind of puts you to sleep.
Is that the music, or is that just Barbie movies in general for you?
You know, it could be both, It's around the time I would fall asleep though. It's when they're swimming.
Yeah. 20
Swimming around
minutes in here.
Mermadia. Yeah, the 20-minute mark. I'm out.
When we get down here, we get some more of the. Are they also sea butterflies?
These ones are not. They are merfairies.
Merfairies.
I'm not sure what the difference is.
Yeah, wait a minute. I thought the sea butterfly. The reason it was a sea butterfly was because it was a butterfly in the water, and the butterfly. Is it because it's smaller? Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's it.
But then,
the merfairies are.
But they're not that much bigger though. They kind of remind me of like brats or like.
Yeah, well, they got giant heads again.
Yeah.
And tiny bodies.
Yeah, so they're still kind of small.
Yeah. I think the sea butterflies are a little bigger than the merfairies. I need a chart.
To figure out which one is which, because I don't know. We got all these different like races, and they all could be one or the other. You got this
Yeah,
gray
it's hard
area
to
in the
keep
middle. You
track.
got the mermaids and you have the fairies. But all right, I got that down. Everything in the middle where they're trying to like mix the two together. I'm like, which
Yeah.
one is which here?
It is kind of cool that there are mer fairies and sea butterflies or whatever, because as a kid, like I wanted to be both a fairy and a mermaid, but I didn't think that was possible. But it is possible.
It
I
is
would love
true.
to be.
You just got to be one of the little like the little munchkins with huge heads and huge eyes.
Yeah, I guess it's worth it to be able to fly and swim.
Yeah, you don't have to eat the kelp
I'll take it. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
possibly die above water or something.
After 20
After
minutes.
20 minutes, yeah, you just die. And
Yeah.
this is the moment where they're trying to like talk to one of them that has information on where Nalu is or ways to get the information. And this is where it comes up like, oh, I can't go up because it's above water. But then it is also true that they live in kind of like a little tree, so you have to like fly up there.
Yeah, yeah, it's like this tower that's half underwater and half above water.
And if Alina didn't have her wings, she would be screwed again.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, she went to Azura's place and she was fine, technically. I guess Azura had the little thing that helped her along, but she could do it without wings. So why can't the mermaids go in there?
I don't know. Yeah, they could have like a pulley system.
They all
But I
live
think it's
in the same. I guess they don't want people to join in, right?
The mer fairies do not want to. It's such a weird thing. Like apparently they'll answer one question from you if they
If you go in
invite
for
you
snack,
inside
yeah.
for a snack. Like what? What is this rule? Why? Why is it like this?
Yeah,
And the answer to the question is like a riddle.
Of course. Well, it always is. They can't say exactly where it is, or else we don't have the rest of the movie.
Mm-hmm. So they're like, "Where's Nalu?" And then it's this convoluted rhyme.
Yeah.
Like,
Go to
that
the
doesn't help
animal
me.
that you seek, and something will just light the way, or something.
But they get invited in because of Bibble, because he's so cute.
Yeah, he's adorable, and we just have to feed him stuff.
That's what you do with cute things, right?
And they really wanted to only have Bibble come, because when Alina was like, "Can I join in?" and she's like, "Ooh, I don't know about that. I kind of just want Bibble here."
Yeah, sorry.
But then they're all prepped for people to come in for snacks.
Oh yeah, they're ready.
Like they feed Bibble this stuff, and it's like, "Oh, don't worry, I didn't forget about you, Alina. Here's this whole tray of other snacks." Like, how stale are those? How long were they waiting? Because it doesn't sound like a lot of people are invited up for snacks or whatever.
Maybe they just love baking. They just always have snacks.
Or maybe they hang out with each other, because there's several of them.
Maybe
they
there
all
are
have
3
snacks together. Because
Yeah,
that'd be hard to have like any other friends, but it's like I can't invite anyone into my house for snacks, or else they're gonna ask me questions that I have to answer. It's a lot of weight.
Yeah. I have to give them a riddle.
I have to think of a riddle.
But
if I was
give
them, I'd want to hang out with just the other people, so I don't have other sea fairies.
Well, yeah, and then you'd feel bad because people only want to hang out with you to get like an answer out of you.
Yeah, and then they just leave. They just eat your snacks and get the answer and then peace out.
Yeah. Well, and she makes this giant cake for Bibble, and Bibble just like is engulfed in the cake. He just throws himself into it.
She knows what he likes.
Yeah.
They've also got the great acronym MFEO, made for each other.
Yes, which we heard.
Nori, right?
Yeah, Nalu and Nori are MFEO, made for each other.
Oh my god!
And I remember that was in another Barbie movie. I think it was a My Scene one, but I'm not sure, because I picked up on it and I was like, I've heard that somewhere.
It's so good they had to reuse it. Really good acronym.
Yeah. We also find out the turtle and the dolphin's names. Did you?
I did not pick up on that. I wanted to forget that the turtle existed, so I kind of tried to just ignore it.
I'm so sorry to remind you of the turtle's existence, but it does have a name, and its name is Choo Choo.
That doesn't, man, I just completely didn't notice that.
Well, they only said it once, and then the dolphin's name is Fin Fin. So creative.
I get the fin because a dolphin has a fin. What's with the choo choo? What does it have to do with
don't
a
know.
turtle?
Well, you'll have to get invited in and then ask that
Oh,
question.
that's true. I'll never know
Yeah.
unless I go in for snacks. And I need to
Mhm.
have Bibble there to basically guilt them into allowing me in to eat snacks because I'm not cute enough. I'm not Bibble, you know.
No.
Unfortunately.
Well, I guess it does make sense for Alina to bring Bibble this time because he actually did help.
He does help a couple of times in this movie.
Yeah, I feel
Actually
like
does
that's a departure from the first Fairytopia movie.
He has a reason to be there.
Yeah. Oh, and we forgot. I have to go back to one of my favorite parts in the movie. It's when the fungus and Nalu are riding around, I think, on a giant manta ray.
Yeah, searching for the berry.
And yeah, Nalu leads them to the carousel of confusion and basically like fucks with their minds. And at one point, there were the fungus Maximus.
My question is, how much does it fuck with their minds, and how much is it that they're just brain dead stupid? Like,
you know, I don't know. It's a good question. But the Max goes, "How much farther to the berry?"
And every time he says berry, he goes, berry. And that's half of his lines is just talking about this stupid berry.
And Nalu goes, "We're almost there. Just make a left at this coral." Just make a left. And then the two other funguses go, "Lefting, leftaroo."
And they do it 3 times.
3 times, yep. And I will quote that all the time with
How
people.
much farther to the berry? We're almost there.
Lefting, leftaroo. Whenever I turn left, I just think about that.
Helps with the budget cost too, because they could just reuse the scene like 3 times. It is the exact same scene.
Yeah.
Like nothing changes for the first 2. Yeah, I'm not sure how much of it is just that they're incredibly stupid and how much is the carousel of confusion.
Yeah, guess we'll never know. Well, because Nalu wasn't confused.
Yeah, he was fine. He was confusing them.
So maybe he's immune to it.
He's too smart.
Or that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, okay. So after Nori and Alina get the riddle from the mer fairies, Nori tries to lose Alina by swimming fast away from her, but Alina chases after her. It's hot on her tail.
Because she can go to the upper level of the water? Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, she just kind of
flies through. She's just flying through.
Above.
I assume it's the air, but I don't even know. I don't know if it's
who knows
the top layer of water or not.
I don't know what's happening in this world. But they like jump over or they go down a waterfall together and they share a moment. And then kind of Nori respects Alina after that. She's like, "Wow, I guess you can."
Because she can fly. She can fly as fast as Nori can swim.
Then they go to seek out the fairy guide named Shelley in order to find the Oracle Delphine. Like, this quest has so many layers.
Yeah. And then they're just trying to throw in these different like pitfalls or roadblocks here where Shelley is this like snail.
She's a sea snail.
Sea snail,
a giant sea snail.
And so she's got this, the shell, and they're able to open up the shell, and it's like, oh, is this the Oracle? And then Alina's like, no, fuck that. Wait. You're the Oracle. To this,
what?
It's like, how did? Okay, because she like thought about the riddle again and was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
She's so smart, and Nori is a moron and just really quick to do all this stuff. Like when Shelley comes and she's like a fairy, basically. And
Wait, no, Shelly is the sea slug. Well, maybe, I don't. They think I'm so
it's Shelly,
confused.
right? And then
No.
they
Shelly
find out
is
afterwards.
Shelly is the sea snail and also Delphine.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't think the other one has a name. She just
Oh no.
lives in this little Polly Pocket
Yeah,
chamber.
I was wondering how life is in there. Is she just stuck in
Probably
there
not good.
until someone opens that up just to get pranked?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's
she's
just
a
for a
prisoner
prank.
in there. Yeah,
But she
that's
willingly
why
flew
she's
back in. Like
so.
it opened
That's
up and she was like,
true.
"Oh, it's me." And then it's like, "No, wait, jokes, it's not me." And then it closes back up and she like goes back in. She could have left.
Well, I think she has Stockholm syndrome.
This is my only world now. This is it.
Yeah, she's so
These
used to her little
walls.
Polly Pocket
And it's just
shell
probably
world.
dark in there and
Yeah. She's just folded into the shell again. That's probably why she's so off. She's gone mad from being trapped inside this shell.
yeah.
Because when she comes out, they're expecting, like, I don't know, a similar riddle or some kind of well, just something that would
Not a
help them
straight
on their
answer.
quest. Yeah, and then she says random things like,
She sounds very kooky.
Yeah, she is kooky. She's like, all's fair in love and pufferfish ball.
Yeah, some sort of brain synapses are like not firing in there. She's got like some sort of brain problem.
It's because she's trapped inside the shell.
By the Oracle.
Yeah.
The Oracle has this prisoner.
Uh-huh. Also, I love this line earlier when Alina's like, "Excuse me, would you please open your shell for us?" And then she goes, "Open my shell?" But of course.
Yeah, it sounds really sensual. I was like, whoa.
I know. She's got this kind of like half-cast eyes too. She's
Yeah.
like, hey, yeah. Like, I'll open my shell for you.
What does that mean? By opening my shell? Does that mean something that I don't think? Are you going to release the prisoner or something else going to happen? I don't want to know.
Yeah.
And it turned on a dime too, from like the open my shell to, but of course.
Yeah. Open my shell. But of course.
She knows what we're gearing up for. Oh boy, the shell's opening. Got to get prepped. Oh God.
Yeah. Also, she knows exactly where Nalu is, but she won't tell them.
Like, does she know that these fungus have a poison capable of presumably killing her too? Like being underwater and stuff? Or like...
Yeah, I feel like if she's the Oracle, she would know that. And wouldn't she want to save Mermadia too?
Or is she so smart that she like sees through to the future and sees how this whole thing plays out? Like, is that how it works?
Maybe.
I don't know.
But yeah, instead of just telling them where Nalu is, she sends them on another quest. So they have to go to the depths of despair.
It's always got to go to some place like that. The depths of despair, like the forest of no hope,
the forbidden
forest.
forest. Yeah, and she tells Alina she might have to sacrifice something. I got excited for a second. I was like, Bibble? Sacrifice Bibble?
That's not a sacrifice. It's just that's just doing what has to be done, you know. I wouldn't consider that a sacrifice. I think that's just cutting off some like loose ends. We don't need that here. Just some spring cleaning.
Yeah.
Remove Bibble from the equation.
But Delphine gives Alina a pearl necklace, which has the power to turn, like, she can trade her wings for a mermaid tail. Because the Delphine is like, you're probably going to need a tail where you're going.
She knows what's going on at the depths of despair.
And this made me wonder, so Alina has the pearl necklace. This is a stretch, but stay with me. The dolphin and the turtle were both wearing pearl necklaces. Do you think maybe they were transformed?
And they didn't transform back, so now that's just how it is.
Yeah, they were something else originally, but now they're stuck as a
could be.
dolphin and a turtle.
They would have had more time though, because Alina's was a lot smaller. There was
Yeah.
only like 6 gems or whatever on it.
Yeah.
But like maybe they got a bigger one. Possible. So do they have a necklace for like everything? Like this necklace will turn you into a dolphin or a demon spawn turtle?
Yes, just what I want.
I mean, this is the same person that has, or same creature that has someone trapped in the shell. So it could have been like punishment to them
Yeah.
to like turn one of them into that horrifying turtle.
Yeah, I feel like this sea slug is more like chaotic evil. Maybe not chaotic evil, but chaotic neutral, maybe.
Do they balance each other out? Does kidnapping does that get balanced out by helping them save Nalu?
Yeah, maybe she is more evil.
The good offsets the evil.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't trust her.
And there's apparently a goof, a little bit of a goof regarding this necklace.
Oh.
So Delphine says that the little pearls will turn to the other color one at a time to like signify the time running out of her time as a mermaid. And if she isn't back above water when it all turns to one color, then she'll stay as a mermaid forever. But she says they'll turn one at a time, but it's actually 2 at a time.
Yeah.
It's on the outer sides because it's like 6, and so like the outer ones and then the middle ones and then
wow, she's less time than she thought.
Yeah. Also, that is a very inaccurate way to know how much time is left. Like when that second set of pearls turns to the color, how in the world am I supposed to know how much time I have left before this last gem turns color?
Yeah. It's impossible to tell. Like I would have been stressed the whole time. It's been like, how much time do I have left?
You wouldn't be able to focus.
No.
And like
are they going to turn really fast?
Well, that's the other thing. Like you would hope that they all turn in the same interval of time, but we already know that Shelley, the Oracle, is kind of fucking crazy. So is she just going to prank you and be like, oh, sorry, the last gem changing color is 10 times faster than the second one?
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past her.
Because like maybe that's how the turtle and the dolphin got pranked. They thought they had more time and then it changed too early.
So the real villain here is Delphine, the Oracle.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot going on here. She's Shelley. She's Delphine.
She's the fairy guide. I guess that's her job.
I guess so. Ferrying people across, but then actually just like answering riddles and like helping people on quests. Yeah, is that actually a used travel route for people? Because some of these people can fly and others can swim. I don't think there's much of a use for her as a ferry, as like a ferry boat. There's not really much of a use at all.
I don't know. I don't know what her deal is.
Yeah, she seems more evil than not. She could also be a better villain than Laverna.
Yeah, very sinister.
There is a line, Laverna's probably best line of the movie after this, where she says that to punish the fungus, she hangs them by their toes and feeds them to the firebirds. If God like damn. One of them is out of line, like, oh my God.
That's brutal.
Like hangs them upside down and they just get murdered by the firebirds.
Yeah. I feel like that would have made, if we had seen that, this would have been an R-rated film.
But instead, we just got to watch the firebirds in the first movie just explode when they died.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It's a good line.
Yes.
But in general, evil. Laverna, I think it's because she's disconnected from the fungus I don't know. She doesn't really have that much of an impact because, like, yes, if she gets the berry, then I guess, she can rule the world or whatever. But she feels very disconnected from the rest of this movie because she's just like off on her own here and just communicating through this phone.
Yeah.
Something about it makes
I
it feel
know.
less dire, especially when the people who are carrying out her plans are as dumb as they are.
Yeah, I almost kind of considered just the fungus Maximus to be the villain because he has more screen time.
Yeah, that's true. Probably is the
Yeah.
main villain.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but yeah, when I think it was probably in that scene with Laverna, but Fungus Maximus finds all the berries in this little cave, and he's showing her all the berries. And at one point, she sees the berry, and it's like right behind him. And she's like, "Yes!" And he like gets so excited. He like fully thinks she's propositioning him for sex. Like he's like,
I'm
"Oh,
in.
yes, yes."
You, me, the Betty.
Pity.
He is mega simp. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yep. It's his whole character.
I don't blame Laverna though. I'm not going after a literal fungus.
No, no,
I'm not
thank
feeling it.
you.
The nose warts kind of turned me off.
You're not a fan?
Not a big fan. Yeah. Going back to Alina and Nori when they're going to the pit of despair.
You mean the depths of despair?
Excuse me, the depths of despair. Yes, sorry. I get confused by all of these locations. Yeah.
The depths of despair, the mirror of the mist, the I don't know, well, Mermadia, but
Mermadia.
Anyway.
Mermadia. Yeah, that one. It's my tag because they leave Bibble behind, and that is my character not having Bibble, because Bibble cannot go into this area because he's scared, I guess. And they
Wait, are you Bibble?
No, I am the depths of despair.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. You're a location.
I am a location because that's the location that Bibble is not in. And it was very nice watching that whole scene, and Bibble was just not there. It was just
a brief
Nori and Alina.
As it should be.
Yeah. It's a better movie, just two
That's
of them.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly,
so my tag
I love
is
that.
The depths of despair. No Bibble.
That's a great tag. I forgot my tag already happened. I'll go back to it. But I am the the dolphin, but in one particular scene where where one of the mer fairies is like petting the dolphin on the head, and the dolphin is just like blissed out. It reminds me of when I used the little head scratcher thing.
Oh yeah, the thing that like goes around your head. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I feel that, dolphin.
Getting the head pats, the head scratches.
It's a good time.
But it's not the part where it has been trapped with eternal life as a dolphin.
No, that is not my tag. I don't relate to that.
No. So with the depths of despair, I thought earlier on that Nori and Alina kind of like made up somewhat. But
like they're friends.
Yeah. But Nori's still being a real prick here. Like she's going down, she's trying to like get to the bottom where the mirror is. And Alina at this point has not changed into a mermaid yet. She hasn't used the necklace yet, and she can't swim through the current. And then Nori's just like, she's not even like trying to help. It's like, if you didn't want to use the mermaid necklace because you're worried about being a mermaid forever, couldn't Nori just grab on to Alina and just swim her through the current?
Why didn't she think of that?
But then she just leaves her. And so, and then she just gets kidnapped, of course, like 5 seconds later. And she's like, help me. And then Alina has to make the decision to become a mermaid.
Yeah. Nori's like, I don't need you. I can do this on my own. And then she gets trapped by a bunch of seaweed.
Immediately destroyed.
Yeah, so Alina sacrifices her wings for a tail.
It'd be funnier if she got that necklace and just didn't use it. Got through the rest of the
whole
movie. It's like, I didn't need that.
Yeah. Well,
I'm good enough.
had it just in case, but we made it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, that's funny. I didn't even think about how Nori could just kind of grab her hand and swim her down.
Because, wait, did she do that later on when they have to go through the geysers?
Oh, yes,
she guided her
did
through that.
Mhm.
Why didn't she just grab a hold of her for this?
I don't know. Because she thinks she can do things on her own. But I guess that's the lesson they learn after going through the depths of despair.
If you try and do things by yourself, you get trapped by seaweed and then have to have your friends sacrifice their wings to save you.
Yeah, that's what happens. We've all been there.
Yeah, that's true.
But they do make it to the depths of despair, and then they meet this little fish.
With like old woman, almost smoker voice.
Yeah, she also gave me cursed grandma vibe. And then she uses her mind powers to open a shell, and then she spits out a bubble that is like magic, and the bubble will lead them to Nalu.
But only lead them part way there.
Right.
Because it says it will get you like started on your journey.
Yeah. And then Bibble pops it.
Yeah, of course. Because Bibble always has to be that.
Bibble.
Yeah, that fish was just like there and gone. They were down there for like a minute, and then it was like, see ya.
Bye. Yeah. So they follow the bubble. And Nori and Alina, it's so cute. They get matching tattoos. After
I didn't think they were gonna get tatted up, but
yeah, hell yeah. Get it. It's called, their tattoos are called the Crest of Courage, which is really adorable. But yeah, they have cute little tattoos.
Matching tats.
Now
they're true friends.
Yep.
And then this is when they have to go through the geysers. And this was also the point when Nori's like, they saw the vision of Nalu. It's like, but he's not underwater, but he is underwater. And it's very, very weird.
I don't get it.
But then they have to go like under instead of up because he is underwater?
I don't know, man. I don't get
because he is like, he's hung from his tail, like he's upside down above water. So where is he? Is he in the water or is he not in the water?
My guess is it's a pocket of air, like a bubble underneath the water. Maybe
it's like a cave system, and there's
maybe it's
air in there.
A cave. Yeah.
But they have to go through this geyser section, and Nori is like, "I've done this before." It's like,
just flirting with danger.
Why?
Why? She seems like kind of like she would do that.
And then you would think that if she swam through that she would keep swimming after and know this location that Nalu is at, because it seems to just be a path right there.
Yeah, that's true.
Apparently not. She only realizes that it's a certain area because Nalu's not dry. Or the sunlight or something.
Who knows? But yeah, they hold hands and Nori leads her through. She's a pro. She must have done this many times. But Bibble gets left behind.
Bibble almost died. I was so excited to watch him get fried by the geyser.
I know.
But
he was in the middle of like 3 different geysers.
Yeah, too. It's just like, please just incinerate him. But of course, Nori had to go back and save him.
Yeah. Sorry.
Was he not holding their hand? Or
I guess not.
Was he just like raw dogging it? Was he just trying to like do it by himself? Like, you've got
Bibble's like, I could do it.
Like Nori's like, I'm gonna help you, Alina, it'll be fine. And then Bibble's just like, shit, I got it.
I got this. Yeah. Very unlike Bibble, but
he's usually really terrified. He didn't even want to eat the kelp. But then he's like, oh, it's fine. I'll just swim through these flaming geysers where Nori said before that people have died in there. That it like if you get too close, mermaids have been fried alive in there. Like, oh my
Bibble's like,
God,
I got this.
it'll be fine. Yeah, he was so close to dying, and I wanted it so bad.
I know.
But we had to keep him alive because we needed the scene where he eats the berries and gets all of these different voices, including this like another very like sensual voice.
Yeah.
Where he wants to like fuck the berries, basically.
Yeah, he's hitting on the berries for some reason. But like Nori and Alina are super into it. Like
yeah, they're not bothered.
Alina's like, how long will this last? And Nori's like, nowhere near long enough. So they're enjoying this sexy voice.
I mean, on the one hand, I can kind of understand that because I hate Bibble's normal voice.
Yeah, so you can actually understand
the sensual voice is better than just hearing for the whole movie.
Yeah, that's that's a good point, but it's also makes me uncomfortable hearing that voice coming from him.
Yeah.
We also hear
the object
him
of his
yodel.
desire is berries.
He yodels and also sings opera.
Yes, it's wonderful.
And
we needed Bibble alive for that.
Yeah, I'm glad he's here for that. We almost get to see a hairless Bibble because he almost eats a berry that would make all his hair fall off. So I think we dodged a bullet there.
if that's some of the berries they have in there, I wonder what some of these other berries are. Like there just seems to be
there are a lot
berries
of
for
them.
anything. The one being like it will show your true form.
Yeah.
I got a question about this berry.
Yes.
So this is going to the end. Alina has to eat this berry to get her wings back in the end. And she does because it's like, oh, your true form is with wings. Okay. Does that mean that this berry has existed in this world and she could have used it to get wings? Was her true form always wings? Like could she have gotten wings in the first movie just by eating this berry?
Wow, she didn't even need to wait for the fairy queen to give her wings. She could have just found this berry.
Yeah.
I think you're right, because I think her true self is a fairy with wings.
Right.
So, yeah, I think eating the berry would have given her wings.
Which means there's multiple ways to get these wings. It's not just getting this power bestowed upon her. Like pity from the queen to get the wings.
Yeah, this should be more common knowledge for fairies who don't have wings. It's like, here, have this berry. Maybe there are only a few berries, though.
Yeah. But then the other question then comes, why does the queen allow these fairies to just suffer with no wings if she has the power to give them wings? I don't know. That was the question in the first movie. But yeah, this berry, I don't know. I think it could help her get wings no matter what.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Also, what do you think the true form of Bibble is? If he ate the berry, what is Bibble's true form? Is his true form a puffball or is it something else?
Huh.
Does he want to be a fairy?
What about that?
Unfortunately, we didn't get to see him eat it though.
No. Yeah, what would another demonic creature?
The turtle. He wants to be the turtle.
It just becomes the turtle.
Yeah, they need to give the turtle and the dolphin these berries.
Yeah.
Save them from their
free them
lifetime of torment.
Yeah. Well, at least the dolphin gets head scritches, so.
That's true. The turtle gets nothing and deserves nothing because it's disgusting. So they get to where Nalu is, and they devise the plan to distract the fungus by having Bibble sing opera, because apparently the fungus really like opera.
They go like feral for opera. They're just like going through all these different emotions. They're crying. They're like, "I love you, man."
It's weird. Why do they like opera so much
Dancing.
specifically?
It's just so beautiful.
Yeah, coming out of Bibble's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're able to use
yeah,
that to cut Nalu down.
Yep. They saved Nalu. Yeah. Oh yeah, Elena. The pearls on her necklace turn white or whatever before while
Well,
she's
she has
underwater.
to.
So
She wants to go up and out of the water so that she can turn back into a fairy. But then she ends up having to give the berry over to Max, or else he's going to drop the goo thing in the water.
Nickelodeon
But then he does it
slime.
anyway, and so she has to jump back in to the water so that the goo doesn't spread. And then
Yeah.
she's in the water when it swaps back, and so she's a mermaid again.
Yeah.
But then we got the berry cheat code.
Yep. Thank God. Yeah, and then they switched the berries on Laverna. So Laverna thought she was eating the immunity berry, but instead it was the true self berry. And apparently her true self is a frog.
I guess so. Wait, does that mean they had two true self berries?
Yes.
Okay. Alina didn't accidentally eat the impervious to magic berry. Well, look, we found the berry. Went through all of that trouble to get this immunity berry. Why not eat it?
Yeah.
If I got to go through any other trials again, I'll just be impervious to damage and we'll be fine.
Well, there's a third movie too. That would be really helpful for Alina.
I guess not. I don't know what they did with that berry.
I think she gave it to Nalu and was like, "You'll find a safe place for this, right?"
Yeah, my stomach. Nalu just eats it.
Yeah.
And then Nalu and Nori get together.
Yeah. I was disappointed because I loved the little enemies to lovers arc that Nori and Alina had. They started off hating each other and then they grew to love each other. It's so beautiful.
I wasn't really feeling the chemistry between Nori and Nalu either.
Yeah, me either.
It was just kind of
there.
there.
Nori and Alina had more chemistry.
I guess they went through more stuff.
Yeah.
Nalu was just, off with the fungus for the whole movie, so maybe that's why.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't really get to see them together that much.
Yeah. And hopefully Nalu was actually after Nori instead of Alina because Alina put the friend label on him real quick there. And so did he have to pivot and was like, yeah, actually, Nori, yeah.
Because he definitely seemed into her in Fairytopia.
Yeah. I don't know. Got a little friend zone there, but does he have fallback option? Is that what Nori is?
Oof, I hope not.
And then we get Azura rolling back in at the end.
For some reason.
When they go back. And yeah, she just leaves again. When they all go back and back to Alina's home. And yeah, she just shows up.
Magic Meadow.
And then, yeah, she just leaves. Why did they even bring her in?
There's no point.
She just comes in and is like, good job. And then leaves again.
Yeah, they could have ended the movie before she goes back to Magic Meadow. We don't have to see her go back home. Like, why is that necessary?
It doesn't really matter. Because nothing has really changed. It's not like she went and got her wings and then came back. Well, I guess she got new wings though. She's got to show off the new wings. Yeah,
she did get a glow up. Yeah,
that's why. Yeah. That is her true self. Those original wings, not her true self.
No.
And that is Mermadia. What did you think upon the number 100 rewatch of this thing?
I love this movie. It's a favorite for sure. And I think it's better. It's a lot better than Fairytopia.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah. Fairytopia's a little lackluster, but this one's got a lot going on. A
lot of questions.
The amount of a lot of quests and a lot of questions.
Things don't get answered.
No.
I don't know how this world works. or how
But
its
it's
inhabitants
a
work
fun.
either.
No, I don't understand. I need like a chart of all the different types of fairies and mermaids and whatnot, and then a map of where they were and where the water is and where the air is.
How does this world function? What are
Yeah.
the laws of this universe?
Doesn't make sense, but I don't really mind. I enjoy it. It's really fun. I love the dynamic between Alina and Nori. I think it's really cute. I like the character development there, and like Nori learning to let other people help her, and them growing closer, which is very sweet. Um, Bibble is actually helpful.
He is helpful, even though he is still as annoying as always.
Yeah, he's super annoying, but at least he does something.
There's a reason for him to be there. Then again,
Yeah.
they could have just had somebody else sing the opera, but
Yeah, but remember they needed him to get an in with the mer fairies.
Oh, that's true. And
He
he's
was
just
so
so cute.
cute. Yeah.
He did have reasons to exist in this movie.
Unlike the first one.
He was just there to be cute,
Yeah.
even though he is not at all cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think a lot of this movie is riding on the Nori and Alina relationship and their development together. I think a lot of the good qualities of this movie are kind of tied to that, and those scenes of of her learning to let people help and not be a piece of shit like she was in the first part of the movie.
Character growth.
As for the villains, I don't know. It was weird in that it felt really low stakes, despite the fact that they had a poison that could wipe out half of like this world's inhabitants. That they had this incredible bioweapon, but Max does not. He is not very like threatening to me.
No, he's not.
He's not. Yeah, it just feels low stakes, which is super weird.
I know, because the
just
weapon
feels
was
kind
so
of
powerful.
Laverna feels very throwaway because she's like off in her own area.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're treading the same ground again because she was in the first movie, and so it's just like, Laverna back again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have all of these like crazy powers. You'd think there'd be a better way to go about this. Fuck the berry. You don't need the berry. You can just kill half the people on the planet.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
What are people gonna do? It's like, she could conquer land and sea. She has the poison to stop fairies from flying, and then she has this poison that can just wipe out the sea.
But is she trapped in the mushroom land?
No, because they went and delivered the berry at the end.
Oh,
Max was able to go and
Well, maybe the fungus can go in, but she can't go out. Like maybe there's a magic barrier. Otherwise, I feel like she would have just left.
That is true. So the barrier is only for her. Anybody else can go and hang out in there?
Seems to be that way.
Yeah, because Fungus Maximus does show up in that place to deliver the berry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the villain, I had a tough time ranking because, like, I guess I just thought of the villain as Fungus Maximus because, again, he gets the most screen time. Mm-hmm. Or Delphine, the Oracle.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Weird. Is that the true villain? There's so many villains, because you could also say Nori at the beginning is kind of a villain. And then you have Shelley the Oracle, and then you have Fungus Maximus, and then you have Laverna.
Yeah. It's layers of villains.
There's a lot of evil in Mermadia.
Uh-huh. But I would say that Fungus is probably the main villain for this one.
Yeah, I think so.
He's the one I gave a ranking to.
What was your ranking for Fungus Maximus?
I gave him a C.
Okay, I went with
I
D.
could also be persuaded to do a D. I just
That
think
w-
he's kind of entertaining, but
yeah, I did my ranking. Like, I think Fungus Maximus and Laverna are more throwaway, but
yeah.
their powers and their ability to just wipe out the sea is pretty cool. So,
Yeah, that's legit.
so in terms of how evil that is, I brought it up to a D, but
Mhm.
them just by themselves as villains, I mean, Laverna's just hanging out in this area, and Maximus is just a simp. So,
Yeah.
his voice is. I enjoyed his voice acting though, and
The
just how he
Betty.
says Betty every single line. He's
Betty.
always talking about this Betty or Laverna. It's one of the two.
Yeah, his two loves.
Uh, Bibble is NF. I just
For
hate
sure.
him still.
Yeah.
Even if he
Yeah.
does help, I still hate the demon spawn.
Mhm. Okay, so we got a D for the villain, F for Bibble, and then for the movie on the whole, I gave it a B.
I was a little lower. I
I'm
gave it a C.
okay, I'm very partial to this movie. I'm very
Yeah.
nostalgic. I've seen it so many times. I had to give it a higher ranking.
I can see a higher grade for it. I like the world, and even if it was unintentional, all of the questions and all of the weird stuff going on in this world, I find entertaining.
Yeah,
Um,
it's very intriguing.
then yeah, Alina and Nori's relationship, I think, is what carries this movie, and the things
For
that they
sure.
kind of have to go through together to
Mhm.
to save Nalu and get out the other end. I think really carries it.
Yeah.
I can give it a B.
Okay, all right. Nice.
It's solid, and it is
It
way
is.
better than Fairytopia was.
Yeah, and I think it's better than the third one too.
I don't even remember the third one
Magic of the Rainbow.
because there's no rainbows in these other ones. We have to
No.
find the rainbow in the next one.
Mm-hmm. Well, Alina gets new wings again. Spoiler alert.
So then these wings are also not her true wings.
Hmm.
What is going on with this Betty?
The Betty.
Is it a lie? Or is it that true form right in this moment? Are you allowed to
Oh.
change and grow? Is
Oh
that what's
well,
going on here?
that's a good point. The only constant is change. We are always growing and changing. I'm sure that's what they meant by that.
Yes, that's very true. And not just the fact that they wanted to design new wings.
Yeah, and sell a new doll.
Oh, that's true. So that's Mermadia, looking at some trivia and some goofs from the Barbie movies wiki. This is the last Barbie movie released on VHS. Shout out to
Oh
VHS.
wow! All right.
It was the first sequel in a Barbie movie.
Really?
And
Oh.
the re-release had the original DVD bonus features removed. I don't know why.
No.
I don't know if there was
Forbidden bonus features.
Yeah, is there some weird stuff in there that didn't age well or what? I don't know.
So more of Max simping.
Oh my god. Is there bloopers on there and it's just him being super horny for for Laverna, and they're just like, I don't know if we should
Yeah,
keep this
maybe
in
that
there.
wasn't a good idea.
For goofs, we've covered some of these already. But for stuff that we didn't cover, when Alina first meets Nori, waterfalls can be seen everywhere, but they don't make a sound.
Oh.
They're just silent waterfalls. When Alina, Nori, and Bibble are in the magic sea fruit cavern, Bibble eats the fruit that changes his voice.
Mm-hmm.
When Alina asks Nori how long the effects will last, Nori's crest of courage disappears briefly.
What? Was it a temporary tattoo?
Yeah, but then it came back. They had to reapply in the berry cave.
Yeah, maybe.
When Alina and Bibble are at one of the Mer Fairy's houses, the Mer Fairy grabs Alina a plate of food with brown handles on the sides, but they disappear in an overhead shot. They reappear when she places it on the table.
Okay.
These handles are just all over the place. When Nori is talking to the Merfairy, she turns around and puts her hands on her hips at the sight of Alina. But when Alina approaches her, her arms are crossed.
Oh.
She just changed, I guess. And those are the main ones. I love some of these goofs that they put on here where it's just like, it's just a budget thing. Whenever any characters get out of water, they never show signs of ever being wet. I think, wait a minute. Is that because they're always underwater?
Whoa.
Is that why? They're always under some level of water.
Oh no, don't do this to me again. Can't
Maybe it's
handle it.
not a budget thing, but they're really adhering to the rules of this universe.
Yeah, they're always underwater, under some
level of
layer of water.
And those are
I'm
the
sure
goofs.
that's it.
Goofs and the trivia for this movie.
Nice.
So that's it for Mermadia. Our next movie is going to be The Barbie Diaries. And this one is going to be
nothing.
a wild departure from these other movies because they really change up the art style in that one, right?
Very different.
And a much different vibe than Fairytopia. more present day, normal life type of thing, I think.
Yeah, like high school teens doing high school things.
What's weird about Barbie Diaries is that it's like really just on its own. It really sticks out because they kind of just abandon the Barbie Diaries like theming and art style and just immediately move back to regular Barbie movies.
Maybe it didn't do too well.
Maybe that's why. Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
It's kind of just on its own. So on next month's episode, we're going to be diving into that one. But that'll be it for this month's episode. We are here on the first of every month. We're switching things up. Previous episodes were releasing on the first Monday of every month. But moving forward, it will be the first day of every month. So on the first of every month, new episodes will be out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever else you get your podcasts. Make sure to follow us on that service of choice so you never miss out on an episode. And we are also on YouTube at the Barbie Council. And you can watch the video version of the podcast there. Spotify also has the video version that you can watch as well. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can be notified of each episode as they come out.
If you want to follow our podcast on social media, we're at Barbie Council on Instagram and at Barbie Podcast on Twitter. Our email is thebarbieCouncil@gmail.com. If you want to follow me, Brianna, I'm at Brianna Valine on both Instagram and Twitter.
And I am at Kevin Valine on Twitter, so you can find me there. So that wraps up this month's meeting of the Barbie Council. Until next month, meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned.